Good morning, boys and girls. I am delighted to be with you, at least virtually. I miss having you in church school. This is Pastor Janet, and I have a wonderful story for you. We will read a chapter each week, so stay tuned. The book we are reading is Blotch, A Tale of Forgiveness and Grace. It is written by Addis and illustrated by Tatio, Viana. And this is Blotch. Chapter 1, The Journey Begins. Blotch was the smallest brother in the smallest family, in the smallest village, in the whole kingdom. As the bright orange sun began to set, little Blotch sat in the same place where he ended every day. He was perched on the end of a very small cliff, on the edge of a very small pond, looking into the clear and perfectly still water. The surface of the water was like a mirror, and Blotch would often stare at his reflection for hours. Poor Blotch. It's not that he liked the way he looked. In fact, it was just the opposite. Blotch spent his evenings trying to race the vanishing light of the sun as he counted all the spots and stains upon his face and body. But every day as the light faded, his mother called him to dinner before he could get to the end of his counting. There were just too many stains. Now, Blotch was not born with all his stains. None of his people were. They all began their lives with only one small mark. But the number of stains grew and grew with each passing day. No matter how they tried, they could not keep from getting new stains. The stains were part of who they were. With a name like Blotch, he thought about those stains and spots a lot. Of course, the stains were no mystery. Everyone knew where they came from. If you told a lie, a stain appeared. When you said something mean, there was another spot. Disobeying parents, oops, here comes another. When anytime anyone was bad or mean or just did something wrong, another stain would appear. Even the best people Blotch knew had their own stains. Now, he didn't know exactly what caused each of their spots, but he knew it wasn't anything good. And although no one liked the marks, no one knew how to make them go away. But Blotch was a determined boy, and he was determined to find the answer. As the sun faded behind the hills, Blotch made his way home. It was time for dinner, and he knew he would not solve the problem of the stains tonight. Around the table with his father and mother and two older brothers, Blotch sat quietly while they talked about their day. They shared stories of bullies at school, mean conversations at work, and rude people at the store. And these were the kinds of things that stained people talked about. Blotch didn't say a word. That is, until his mother turned to him and said, "Well, my little Blotch, why so quiet tonight?" Blotch looked up quickly, sending a single tear sliding down his face. "How do we get rid of the stains?" His voice was shaky but loud. Every voice at the table was silent. Every eye focused on Blotch. "I'm tired of the spots and the marks and the stains. I want them to go away." He didn't know whether to cry or be mad. His older brother spoke first. "Oh, be quiet, Blotch. Everybody's got them." And as he spoke, a faint little spot appeared just under his left eye. Blotch's middle brother didn't say a word, but he didn't have to when a stain appeared on the end of his brother's nose. Blotch knew he must be thinking mean things about him. Just then, Blotch's father spoke up. Now, Blotch, your brother is right. Unfortunately, stains are just part of life. You need to learn to live with them like everyone else. But Blotch didn't want to live with the stains. Deep down, he believed that they were not meant to have spots. And he was going to find some way, any way, to make them go away. A little embarrassed, Blotch pushed away from the table and walked around to sit next to his father. Blotch whispered, "Dad, what if there's a way we can get rid of the spots?" "Well, I suppose that would be wonderful, my little Blotch, but how in the world could it ever be? We have always had spots," said his father. Blotch felt his stomach tighten. He had thought about his plan almost every night while sitting by the pond and counting all his stains. But saying it out loud would make it much more real. Blotch swallowed the lump in his throat and continued, "Dad, what if someone knows how to get rid of the stains? What if someone in one of the other villages knows what to do? What if the king of the kingdom could make them go away?" Blotch sat up a little taller and wiped the tears from his eyes. He looked right at his father, feeling bigger than he ever had, and he asked one more question. "Dad, I need to find an answer. Would you let me go on an adventure to see if someone knows how to get rid of the stains?" Blotch's heart pounded like thunder as he waited for his father's reply. It seemed like an hour before he heard the quiet answer, "Yes." Blotch couldn't believe it. He looked up at his father and saw this time the tears that were in his father's eyes. Even though Blotch was young, his father knew that he couldn't deny Blotch the chance to try and find the answers he was searching for. I wonder what he'll do. Tune in next week and we'll read chapter 2. God bless.